Guys, welcome to Richard in the Kitchen. Tonight's episode is going to be linguine with homemade pesto sauce. It's so great. Great Italian dish. It's quick. It's easy to do. Promise you it's easy. It's so tasty. So what we got our water boiling over here, about ready to put our linguine in there. And let's go over the ingredients and let me tell you what you're going to need to do this. Okay. What you're going to need to do this is some great Parmigiano-Reggiano cheese, some pine nuts, some fresh basil, some chopped parsley, fresh garlic. I use about 3 cloves of garlic. You can use less if you like. I like 3. I love garlic. Salt and pepper, extra virgin olive oil, and of course linguine. Now, one of the things that you're going to need to do this is a pan. What I like to do is I like to roast these pine nuts just briefly. It kind of brings out the taste in those pine nuts after being in that package all that time. You're going to need a food processor. You can use a blender. I prefer a food processor. It just seems to make it go a little bit easier. Okay, as you can see, I've got these pine nuts in a cast iron skillet pan. We're going to put this on a medium-high heat. Just going to briefly roast these things. You got to be careful with these pine nuts or you'll burn them. So we're talking, once the skillet gets hot, you're talking probably a minute or so. It really brings out the flavor in these pine nuts that we're going to use for this pesto sauce. Okay, let's make our homemade pesto sauce. I've got our pine nuts here. They're roasted. We're going to add those to the food processor. We're going to add our garlic. And what I like to do is kind of half the garlics as I put them in there. Put our garlic in there. A little salt and pepper, a little pinch of salt and pepper. This is so good. Boy, I hope y'all try to do this and do this on your own. It's real simple to do. Don't buy that tube stuff that you get in the store. It's really not as good as this. Put a little Parmigiano cheese in there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pulse this. Just to break it up just a little bit. You can kind of eyeball it. Break all those ingredients up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take some extra virgin olive oil and put that in there. Pulse it a few more times. So what you're looking for is just a coarse finish. Put a little bit more olive oil in there. Man, this is so good in that linguine. Okay, we've got our pesto sauce made. What we're going to do is we're just going to spoon this out into this bowl while we're waiting on our linguine. Look at that. That's what the consistency you're looking for right there. Man, I tell you what, this is so good. Look at that. That is so good. And once I get the pesto bowled up, I like to hit it with a little bit more Parmigiano-Reggiano cheese. For some reason, if you put all of it in there when you start, something happens to the cheese and it kind of liquefies it, so I like to add a little bit at the end also. Okay, our spaghetti's done. We've got it drained. Do not rinse your spaghetti. Never rinse your spaghetti. Now, I've reserved about a cup of the starchy water from the spaghetti. What that does is help this sauce adhere to this spaghetti. So we've got our pesto here. And we're going to just pour that in there. And we'll give it a quick mix. Man, that smells good. I wish y'all could smell this. It's real easy to do. Alright, we'll give this pesto a mix in this spaghetti. Man, look at that. Don't that just smells so good. It's, ooh, man. Okay. I say we plate this up. Look at that. Look at that right there. Linguine with homemade pesto. That's so good. I cook my spaghetti to al dente. And what we'll do is we'll top this off with a little parsley and some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And I say we give it a taste test. Whoo, look at that. Don't that just look good? Put a couple of grape tomatoes on the edge just for make it pretty. Oh my God, I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I tell you what, this is good stuff right here. Man, that's good. I tell you what we're gonna have with this, we're gonna have some French bread. French bread with an Italian dish. How about that? I don't know about that, but we got some olive oil with some fresh cracked black pepper. We're gonna dip that bread in. So anyway, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna watch Stanley Cup playoffs. Man, tell you what, a good deal. Easy to do, quick for you and your family. And as always, man, I tell you what, do something nice for everybody. I guarantee you. Don't let a day go by that you don't do something nice for somebody less fortunate than you, and make you feel better, and it just might make their day and change their life. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.